What is up, crew? How's it going tonight? Everybody ready for some tandems, and then highway driving, and then last but not least, once we switch over to Twitch, in about an hour and a half, some toge battles. Here we go. Here we go. Good to see you guys. TGI Friday. I was just behind the camera. You can't see it because it's down on the floor, but plugging in all of my camera gear because I've got my last real drift event of the season tomorrow. And one of my buddies who I tend to drive with in sim, who we were IRL tandem buddies long before either of us had sims, and then I got one and he came to visit, gave it a try, all pre-pandemic stuff, and he got convinced to build his own, and so then we tandemed in sim for the past, 2 years. Haven't driven together in person in a long time. He's going to be coming out from out of state, so I'm very excited for that. Accordingly, I'm going to be keeping it a little bit easy tonight. Got some Hecho en Mexico cola. I guess it doesn't have it there. There we go. I'm excited for the caffeine, the flavor of old recipe Coke as well. Always pleasant. All right, crew. Gotta get a wheel on here so that we can be wheeling and dealing. Also, I plugged all this in. Let's see if the GoPro actually works real quick. Yay, everything's working today. Stuff I usually check in advance, but I was busy packing up the real car. So, we're getting ready. My favorite drift pack is World Drift Tour Street. The Arch mods are also supposed to be very realistic, but the time period that they realistically recreate is not modern, which is fine. However, like, I have a modern car, and so I want to spend my time practicing in modern cars. I like what he does, but for me, my favorite pack to run right now, and has been for a while, is WDTS. Okay, let's get loaded up into the server, make sure everything works. Virtual tires are free at 4 reels. What's up, Chef Doomy, Regulator, everybody's in here. Good to see you guys. Let's see. We're just gonna get loaded in. I will be dropping the password shortly. We're gonna start out on Meteora Race Park, where I'm gonna build up a little bit of confidence and go drifting, except that I don't think I typed in a password. Yep, password is wrong. And my settings as well. Single monitor, I must have been doing some recording. Interesting, interesting. Well, I know you guys don't completely hate watching the real footage, so hold tight for just a second while we make a few small changes. Alright. That should be popping us in. Also, shout out to The Real Taco for providing the thumbnail from tonight's session on the YouTube channel. Okay, looks like everything popped in appropriately. Ooh. Not trying to be in chase cam. Just gonna make sure controls work for 1 second. Yep. Seems like everything is golden. Okie dokie. Let's get that password dropped in. Here we go. Dang. Heap of reacts tonight. Y'all are stoked. There we go. Alright, we have got our crew in here. Good to see you in here, Brap. I'm not too worried about it. I'll change up the passwords periodically if it gets to be a problem. Usually the folks who know the old password are folks I'm happy to drive with anyway. Alright. We got Mocked back in the house as well. Shout out. Return of the Mocked. I was making that super dorky old joke in the Discord earlier. Alright, let's do like 2 laps. Real quick. Slide this over here. We're just going to do a couple laps. And then I'll switch over to POV mode. Yeah, man, things are going well. I have been pretty good. I have not been sleeping lately, which is my own fault. But it's definitely making me tired. So I had some of the day off today, and I basically just slept the entire time. Just gonna do, like I said, a couple of laps. Because in this view, y'all can't even see if I'm close to people anyway. Also, apparently Forza Horizon 5 came out, so that's cool. I should probably try it. I just noticed that a ton of videos started popping up in my feed today. Alright, cool. We got a lap in. Also, Nahiwal with the super chat. Thank you, my friend. Let's see what you got to say here. Hello, Kame. I hadn't come to say hello for a long time. Undoubtedly, you grew a lot with your channel, and I feel fortunate to be a part of your community. Thanks, man. I really appreciate that. Yeah, it's going acceptably. We are having a pretty solid time. Just kind of staying after it. I haven't been making as many videos, but what I had been doing for a long time was trying to make a video a week. Whether it was a good video or whether it was kind of just meh, you know, just tossing something up. And at this point, I've kind of switched to a strategy of I'm live streaming every week for sure, but I'm making edits when I have a video that I'm pretty like confident about or pretty like driven to make. So I'm taking things slightly easier for a little bit in terms of my content creation. But I think what's going to happen is everything is going to be a really good video for some group of people. Obviously, you've got one group that is like sim focused, and if I make a video like my most recent one on a toolbox review, they're not going to be into that. But I cater to a couple of different like audiences. I've got just sim guys, I've got just IRL car guys, and then of course most folks are in between somewhere in terms of what they're interested in. But you do end up with a situation where, like, for me to show you guys the full breadth of the drift life, there's a lot of stuff that happens that's not the driving. And I know those videos don't do super well, but I do want to take the time to make them every now and then, just to sort of drive home that point for people that if you really want to get into drifting, you also probably are going to get into mechanics and doing your own work on a car. And so some videos along those lines, or how to set your car up as well, will also be things that I'll probably work on. MRM, or Mr. Miguel, sorry. I basically just rock the stock settings. I usually turn the turbo up. I drop the rear tires by 1 PSI, and that's it. Okay, people playing the preview build. Right on. Purple, you've got some time. I'm going to switch to Goonsai when we roll over to Twitch. So we're doing... I'm going to go ahead and go to clips while I toss this headset on too. We are going to do Meteora and SRP cruising here on YouTube. And then you got about an hour and 20 minutes or something, and then we'll switch over and do Goonsai. So you got time. Alright, let me make sure that I like how the FOV is looking, since it's the only camera that's not on just a plain old-fashioned tripod. I've always have to make sure that I like how it's positioned. I also want this to be thinner because it was definitely hard to see earlier. Okay, cool. Cool. We are all set. Let's get after it for a little bit here. There goes Minchok, iMercenary, LSS, and Rip Trippy. And then Turbo is going to roll out. And I will be close behind. Slippy. Just gonna creep up here. Not yet in position. The proximity is sometimes not terrible, but I've still got a ways to go before I get locked in. Hey Loverboy, what's up, man? We were chatting earlier on YouTube comments, so we do fill up pretty quick. If you have Content Manager, you can set your system up to basically join when any available car opens up, and it might take 15 or 20 minutes depending, but usually we'll cycle people through, and that's a good way to go about it. I'm driving awfully as I try to get warmed up. Too. Oh boy. That got all kinds of wrong. Would I consider positioning my pedals a bit higher? Are you meaning like the visual position of them on the screen? I have no desire to change the positioning of them like on the sim rig, if that's what you're asking. Having to bail out on the rig. No, I don't have any need to position them higher. They're in a good spot. I'm happy with where they're located. I went and took measurements on my actual drift car and tried to get them decently close. And feel like they are decently close. So what we've got here is the interesting case of following somebody who is a little inconsistent compared to the guys in front. You see the understeer there. It makes it difficult to figure out when is the right time to close in. That low angle is pretty dangerous to drive at. As you'll see, I'm kind of keeping a little bit more distance. Miguel, yeah, man. Thank you for letting me know. I always enjoy hearing when that sim rig build video helps people out. I'm not the first person to do a wooden rig build, but I'm always glad just that what I did, you know, people could learn from. A lot of interesting left foot brake stuff going on here as I try to accommodate for the chase car that I am following. Too aggressive on the clutch there. Is the rule of thumb to make contact with the upper part of the foot for more sense rather than the middle? I mean, like, the balls of the feet are usually what I use on the pedals. Of course, with shoes on, like street shoes like I have here, it's not like being barefoot, so it kind of makes everything the same. Rotate the heel on the floor and use the ball of the foot. I don't know that I feel anything of note through the pedals. We'll just go around all that mess. Alright, we'll be following iMercenary here. A little better. had to try to guess how much he was going to... I don't have my turbo turned up and it's making that far hard. Had to guess how much he was going to slow down for that really tight last turn. It's more than I anticipated. Out that initial Unity. Is that a initial D thing, or is that something completely unrelated? And that'll be that for that run. Initial D Legend with your beat, cool. Separate from Initial Unity. Oh, an Initial D fan game, interesting. Yeah, no, I was not aware. That will be fun. Feel free to post it up into the Discord on some random channel and ping me. We can start a separate train from that one if we want to, guys. Started watching Initial D the other day. Welcome to a wonderful anime experience. You basically, because it's such an old show, you're gonna basically get to see the full gamut of like old style anime to fairly new and modern. Getting to follow FB Mods, who I feel like is not driving like I remember right at the moment, so we're gonna try to give a little bit of room. Thank you, Larry, I appreciate that. Punted. Man, FE is in like gangster angle only mode, even if it makes him go like a mile an hour down the track. Interesting. Just about a backy. Mint Chalk says, hey man, you're supposed to drift this far. I have no problem with that. Just kind of taking it as a moment to read chat. Oh gosh. Kind of a difficult chase, not gonna lie. You can tell when I'm like having to work on the wheel quite a lot that there's just other stuff going on. Am I planning on playing GT7? Is that Gran Turismo 7? Because it's called Gran Turismo Sport, I've kind of lost track of what number that game is, and whether or not GT7 is the one after that. So, I would definitely play some Gran Turismo. I'm not sure that I think it's going to be particularly great for drifting, but I'm game to try anything. Okay, so. Sport must be considered 6. Okay, here we've got Kelly Sanford and Abacole. Oh, jeez. Catch a different train. Sport. Just sport and esports title. There's our train of usuals. I have not tried the Tsujiri cars. Yeah, we've got a pretty good crew of regulars. Here's Doomy and Cheese. We'll see what they're about here. Hey, Taco, yeah, I was shouting that out earlier. That's such a fun pick. We've got Goonsai coming up on the Twitch stream, so hopefully we will have the ability to get another shot of that nature. I'm not really sure what I'm following right at the moment. Oh boy. Okay, well I guess I'm doing lead run. Hey, thanks, Chris. Yeah, this is a fun track. The Toge video was one that I was pretty happy with. I'd like to test my skills out at actual Toge course. I have not run that one before, even though I've been out to Drift at Ebisu before. Sold the G29. I'm waiting for a T50. That's an interesting move. Gear drive to gear drive. I didn't realize there was a belt drive T150. Everybody who I've ever heard talk about T150s said it was gear, but I guess the pro version is different than the non-pro. I didn't realize there was a pro version. Generally, I would think a T300 is a good upgrade, Miguel. Or a Fanatic CSLDD if you can swing that. Thanks for the follow on Twitch, Lyron. Appreciate it. Do I have a favorite tuning shop? That's a good question. I usually, on my car, would run Tane and Cusco stuff, but I was very much like a suspension guy, and not so much an engine guy, because when I got into drifting, I mean, A, what you need to drift more than anything is like LSGs and coilovers, but B, I couldn't afford to do engine tuning, because that stuff gets real expensive real quick. Like, a baller pair of coilovers can cost you like $5,000, and that will barely get you anything in the land of engine tuning. And the places that I name are like makers, but I don't know if they're necessarily tuning shops per se. Hey, Smith & Wesson, that's okay. It happens. Let's find some more folks to try and drive with. Following that shotgun hunter here. Using the curb to help get a little bit more angle. Bump. Could have been a lot worse. Alright, so we have Mint Chalk leading. Hunter in chase. I'm the third car. Not a bad place to be. Although I'm just not able to, sorry, Hunter. Find some folks to chase or try to continue to do that. Let's see what Kelly Sanford is all about. And the, what is that, the Laurel? Ton of reverse brake on that car. So that's definitely using some settings. A little tap. What's up, Perry? Long time no see. How have you been? Whip though. Yeah, so I'm working, on a new set of Toge cars as we speak for sim stuff. As far as grip, I have a hard time affording and housing 2 different race cars, so I don't know that I'm going to do a whole lot of grip stuff in the near future IRL, other than in like borrowed cars. What's up, Beirut? I don't have any plans to do that on the YouTube live stream, but I will be driving Gunsai on Twitch in a little bit, and so that might be an opportunity. Although I'm not particularly good in the 8.6 tune, I never practice it, and we tend not to be good in things we never practice. We'll just exit back to the pits in the most dastardly way possible. Follow FB again. Always nice to get runs in with him. Vera, appreciate the requests. My stream isn't really... Oh, that went great. My stream isn't really oriented towards doing requests. I arrange the cars that we're going to be driving and the tracks in advance, so not really a thing. But I do have a Toge series that I do during the off season for my real life motorsports, and that's going to be coming out as soon as we can get the cars ready. I may actually do some testing for some of our basic physics on some of the cars at the end of the Twitch stream. That is entirely possible. I follow Hunter, one of my most avid Twitch supporters, always hit me with the Prime sub. I think for like a year running, which is amazing. Right on. Sorry to hear the internet's being a pain. I experienced that for a good long while before I switched over to fiber, which is probably not even available in your area, but to anybody who's wondering, fiber is well worth it. So Hunter's style is to throw pretty aggressive transitions. The car doesn't tend to gain much speed during the transition, it actually tends to slow down. So one of my specialties is to charge in during a transition and like not slow the car down during a transition. And it doesn't mesh well with drivers who use crazy big crab walk angle. So I have to make sure that when I do, this one will be a small one, but this transition, I need to make sure I don't do what I normally do, because I will catch up really fast and end up in the side of him. And we'll see that in a few places. The turn after this one, right here, I'll use my off-throttle technique, and this transition coming up, we should see it as well. See, I had to get onto the brake pretty aggressively there, and I could have coasted earlier. The curve got me, and it would have been a little bit nicer of a follow had I done so. Kind of makes me wonder if he's doing my foot brake in the middle of the transition technique that I talk about. Man, there's some gnarliness going on behind me. You guys can't see it because even with the triples and the GoPro, it only goes so wide, but that is a lot of hard charging. Lyron, so you can't simultaneously stream on Twitch and YouTube at the same time. Like, I couldn't pipe this to both platforms. However, Twitch allows you to... Essentially, Twitch cares about what content you put on the Twitch. So, if I'm not streaming on Twitch, I can certainly stream on YouTube or any other platform. That's a widely misunderstood thing. And I am a affiliate on Twitch. But essentially, as long as I don't dual stream, I can certainly stream on YouTube and then end that stream and start up a new unrelated piece of content on Twitch, and that's what I do every week. So I'll do a lead run because I'm out here, so why not? Hi there. This track is called Meteora. It is a real track located in Greece. The damage map, I think it's Control J. You don't use brake on transition. Fair enough. Yeah, I don't know. I think on this track I guess I'll pay attention to what I do on a lead run. I am able to do more on-throttle transitions on this map. Like, here I don't. I don't know. I must just be at less angle or something that's allowing me to catch up a lot on the transition. Or maybe I start my transition too early. What's up, Edith? How are you? All good, Vix. I kind of lost track of what day it was because it would have been fun to get into Forza, but we'll have to do that some other night. Oh, you're from Greece. Sorry, I don't actually know how to pronounce your name. If you can phoneticize it in English for me, I'll call you by name. But yeah, this is a track that is apparently in Meteora in Greece, and it's just called Meteora Drift Park. I quite like it. I would love to drive this in my real car. There's a content creator and a modder for Assetto Corsa by the name of, I think, BV Zenamo. The Aces. Okay, cool. Yeah, I have no idea how to read that. But, there we go. But he, I believe he put this track together. And if I recall correctly, he's actually from Greece as well. He does some content that's in English and some content's in Greek. What's up, Moody? Alright, Andrew, well, fair enough. I don't know what it is then. It must be something I'm doing. But there's like some drivers, and I feel like, at least on this track, you were one of them, where I have to make sure that I don't transition on throttle, because I'll just careen into the side of you. Like, I'll be at angle, less angle, but I'll just like soar during the transition. Catch up to Turbo eventually here. Turbo and I have and that's not a bad thing, that's just like, just commentary. Turbo and I have a little bit more similar style, and so frequently there's like a lot less to do. You'll see my controls will just become relaxed while I'm following Turbo. And that's just because like what is natural for me is pretty similar in terms of what's natural for him. That makes me wonder if I'm really awkward to follow for you. I lost a whole lot of proximity through here, which is a bummer, but we'll build it back. Let's see, I can just kind of hang out right here on Turbo. Sorry, I'm kind of concentrating a little bit. Not foot brake nearly enough there, my bad. Alright then, Aces, we'll see you later. Thanks for tuning in. Moody, thank you, I appreciate it. And Hunter, yeah, you're probably right. I mean, I use angle stalls and stuff to, or like big angle to scrub speed as well, but of course if we do it in slightly different places, or like, I don't do it as much when I'm chasing. Put you all in clips for 1 second while I check the time. 9:53. It's pretty close to time to roll over to SRP, but we'll do it for the laps. So we got LSS, ya boy, chasing Turbo. Just a little extra angle. Okay, Miguel, you're 1 hour later than me. Some of that throttle control on your boy. You can hear him rolling in and out a fair bit. What's up, Dan? How are you, man? Thank you for tuning in. Looking forward to the Toge, heck yeah. That'll be on Twitch coming up. little bit. That was a diabolical transition. Not at all good, but lots of angle was used. Put a tire into the dirt there. Hey Gosh, how are you? We're just cruising. Little marks onto the door there for you, boy. Storms, how's it going? Working on my slow door tap skills here. Too much. Hey Grant, how's it going, man? Leave a like for the algorithm. Thanks, dude. I'll be drifting OMC tomorrow. So, last IRL drift event of the season. I'm looking forward to too busy trying to read. Looking forward to that. But I appreciate it, dude. Thank you for tuning in. You moved your foot cam to the left, we could see your handbrake action. I mean, my handbrake is like way over here, and my foot cam is right there, so I'm not really sure how that would work. I suppose if I got extra cameras, I could set one up. Love from India. Thank you, Akash, I appreciate that. Always good to know where folks are watching from. We've had all manner of viewers from all around the globe, which is pretty cool. Like, one of my original goals was essentially to make like KameTrick into Drifters Without Borders, so that you'd have a crew to run with no matter where you go. One click to 90% turbo here. Let's see if that changes things. Bonk. It's a KameTrick sandwich between the LSS crew. I think we just have different styles on Meteora, because I could follow you, but it was definitely hard. Yeah, that's fair. The foot cam as in the box on the screen. Are we able to see my e-brake from here? That's not what I want. Where is OBS? I don't think that's in view. Yeah, no, I mean, you probably can't see it, because I'm pulling it up right now. It's just too far out of frame, I think. But at some point, I will set a camera up specifically for e-brake, and we can see that. Knox, I am using a Fanatec Club Sport wheel. It is a nice belt drive wheel. I'll drop my settings in just because people always want to know about settings. follow. Let's follow Mayfly here. Big four-door. I'm just gonna wait. That did not quite work how I intended. Read that. Dig the socks, thank you, offensive. That's how I was supposed to read that one before, which then I think Mox misread a little bit. I was about a half beat too early, and then was caught sleeping when I needed to be on e-brake. We'll get back in position here. Of times. Go for it, welcome back. I'll do a lead run. I have COVID right now, eating dinner, watching this. Oof. I am still not quite able to read chat while actually driving. Where's the right link to join the one I'm trying that's posted is the grip racing? That is one of the least coherent sentences I read in a minute. Go for it. I'm going to be running Gunsai Toge 3rd. It's on the Twitch stream that's going to start in around 10:30 or in about, I don't know, about a half an hour from now probably. Hey, Loverboy, you got into the map. I'm glad that you were able to join in for a little bit. We start at the same time every night, so if your schedule allows, and you're kind of camping in the announcements channel like you probably were a little late to it today, but like, if you're right there, then you'll be able to get in. Yeah, the JZ cars feel a little weird to me. I want to try and catch a run with Turbo before I shutter this map. If he is around, he's probably on track. And Gunsai has a good number of cars too. It's got I want to say like 30-ish or 28. So there's plenty of driving to be had. is legit against the wall. I can't go behind it. The R32 in this pack is okay. Shudo is WDTS again, like usual. Gunsai is going to be Kuno's cars. So basically what we have been doing on the other Toge nights. 370Z, 86 tuned, Supra, RX-7, ND Miata, NA Miata. I'm making little tweaks as I drive with people and see some cars are just completely overpowered. And so I am taking a few cars out. I guess that's it. Alright, we'll go ahead and change maps. I'm adding in the GT86 for tonight, and I am changing the Time Attack Supra down to the regular Supra because the Time Attack Supra is awesome, but it's way more tuned than all of the other cars that we are running. No, the Time Attack Supra is broken. I enjoy the car, but I want the cars to be a little bit more evenly matched. So we're going with normal Supra, and we'll see if it can keep up at all. But really, all the cars are normal, with the exception of the, we had the ND Miata Cup car, which really wasn't overpowered because it's not very fast. But I'm going to try the regular ND Miata and see if it's unacceptably slow, and if it is, then we'll bump it back up for next time. Alright, SRP time, boys and girls. That is the Shuto Revival project. So we're going to get that server restart going. Alright, there goes that. Yeah, the ND is indeed that. What do we want to drive on SRP tonight? I think I want to do the old RX-7. Waiting for it to load in, which is gonna take a minute, it seems. SRP is such a big map. That was a good session. I'm glad you could join in, Mocked. I did see what happened to Noriaro's JCX. Man. That is a shame. I didn't see why it happened, but I did see some of his pictures and stuff on his Instagram. Looks like a bad time. A bad time. I don't know if his car caught fire or if like an adjacent car caught fire that caused everything to burn or what. Alright, here we go. We got in here. Password is dropping for SRP right now. There we go. And it is time for some good old rotary action. Oh man, sounds so pleasant. Here's what we have got tonight. We've got this nice Dureza spec'd out FC. Love me some rotary stuff. Oh yes. Car is dragging the literal ground. Tires are twitching a little bit. Nice stretch on the rims. You can actually see the wheel there. As usual, the driver model doesn't like when you do this, and it jerks left and right. So, we'll get set up. We'll go for some cruisins. I think what we need to do is cruise down into Shibuya, I believe is where it is, through the roundabout. It's always fun. Turbo knows the way. He'll probably be able to lead us there. My RX-7 needs a cup holder right about there. Sponsor me, Coca-Cola. Miguel, this car pack is a mix. The car that I'm in now is the Death Wish Garage RX-7 FC. I want everybody to go on by. Some usable body parts were left outside and weren't in the fire. Man, Alexi messaged me once or twice, but he's never gotten into chatting with me on Discord. We are off to, hopefully, the roundabout. And even though it's cool to have names on, I just think the viewer experience is so rad to have name tags hidden, so we're going to do that. Yeah, he messaged me. That was... like, we messaged beforehand, but that was when he reached out to me kind of more recently. It was about having issues getting his sim working. I think it was when he was still on a belt drive, or a gear drive wheel too, so there wasn't a whole lot for it. But he asked me to help him out, and I was like, yeah, sure, like, give me a time that you're free, and I'll adjust my schedule and get you going. And then he never did reply, and this happened a few times where I was like, hey man, you ready to look at this? And so, kind of missed an opportunity, which I wouldn't have minded to link up with him a bit more, but he sort of expressed interest and then had other priorities, which is fine, you know, that happens. I totally understand, as I'm well versed in the business of adulting. I don't know if insurance will do much since it was a track car that might have been kept at the track. He might be kind of hosed. Yeah, track car stuff is always kind of a pain in that regard. You're just stuck if things go unfavorably. Don't mind me sneezing. Ha. Well, if the Mark II was street legal, he might be able to claim something. It really just depends on what kind of insurance he has, which, similar to you, I'm not really sure what the options are there. Have I ever mentioned that I would love to rotary swap my 240? I used to want to build an FC drift car, and then when I realized how expensive it was to buy a second car, this was when I was like 15. Or 16, or, you know, I was quite young. I had no income. I kind of gave up on the idea of building a second car because I already had the 240. So I just decided to stick with it. But I always kind of thought, well, if I can't build an FC, I could at least do a rotary engine build at some point. That would be kind of rad to have in my car. Cantankerous as all get out. Quite reliable though if I just went with a fresh rebuild. It'd be such a pain in the ass to drive compared to my V8, but I mean, it's something I've always wanted. They feel amazing to drive. Oh. That was not what we wanted to do at all. Honestly, I'd wanted to do that since so long ago that I was kind of a little bit jelly when Rob Dahm, who has the finances to make shit happen, went ahead and did that. Apparently we're just cruising it, which is fine, but I do think that going down the strip like this is pretty groovy. Rotaries are super reliable until they're not, because rotaries have like 3 moving parts. If it's a typical rotary, it's got an eccentric shaft and then the 2 rotors, so there's not a whole lot that can go wrong. Unlike a piston engine that has a ton of moving parts. I mean, true, Mocked. As far as building crazy rotaries, he has the know-how, but you don't need... or maybe I have more than I let on, but you don't need a ton of know-how to make a reliable rotary engine if you don't run it at, like, tons of PSI. Yeah, it does look like he's gonna do that. I don't know, I might... The problem is, I don't want to be that guy that asks him when I don't have the money to move on a project. You know, like, I definitely daydream about doing that. I'm not sure how motivated I am to really do the switch, because I have a perfectly good platform right now. Like, why would I reinvent the wheel? But I'd like to. It's just one of those, I would need a ton of money to do it. What's up, Jax? Gunsai is we're going in the order the tracks are listed in the Discord. Gunsai is going to be on the Twitch stream that is starting fairly soon. But we're going to finish up our highway cruise first. Yoyogi parking area, I've totally hung out at this point at that part of Japan. We're gonna go ahead and blast for a little bit. I don't understand how Turbo's Skyline is geared longer and faster on acceleration than my car. I know they're different car packs, but Turbo just always seems like his car is faster than if I was in the exact same car, it would just not have the same capabilities. And we did. Yeah, we still got a little bit before the Gunsai. Been using a G29 for 2 years. For under $350, would have the wheel pedal and shifter. Started off by making my own handbrake for $10. DIY handbrakes are cool. Seems pretty doable. Car has like no top end gearing. Oh no. Man. That was depressing. The mini-map did not reveal that the lanes were going to be closed there. Let me go back to the pits and get a little bit more top end. Let's try this again. Hopefully I'll recall this time that the road is closed. Skyline is just faster by a lot in a straight line. To fifth. We are going to head in once again to the Shibuya roundabout. Aston. The cool thing about rotary cars, if you've never driven one, well, it's not this. This is very uncool. The cool thing about rotary cars is that they just don't have any problem with revving. So in a piston car, when you rev the vehicle up, it eventually starts to feel like it's under a great strain. And so you kind of feel the engine begging you not to run it any higher. And so the higher up you run it, just the more awful it generally kind of feels a little bit. But with a rotary vehicle, it ends up being more and more like free feeling the faster it revs, because it doesn't have to change the direction. The pistons go up and then they come back down, and a rotor just spins around faster and faster and doesn't have that. So it's a cool effect. Miguel, just set your space bar to be your handbrake. That's what I did. It works great. So you can go into Content Manager, there's a box you can take under settings to combine with keyboard. Just set it to be your spacebar. Keep your keyboard over here where my Stream Deck is, and you can just boop boop all the time. It's perfectly adequate. All right, it is time to get set up for the Goonsai, which will be fun. I don't think I'm gonna need a break before we transition, so that's gonna be fast. Usually I'm pretty worn out, but I was taking it easy tonight. I'm trying not to run myself out of energy because I've got to drive tomorrow, and I need to be focused. So here we've got this. This will be a new password for everybody who knows some of my old passwords, which are easy to change. I just haven't. I think I still want to rock the Z. But that is a story for another time. That is going to conclude our live stream here on YouTube. Thank you guys for watching. I recommend and invite you to come over to party with me on Twitch. There we go. So that is the address. It's just twitch.tv/KameTrick, and we'll be live over there in just a minute. And that's where we're going to broadcast our Goonsai Labs from. So for those of you in the Discord who want to drive, just hang tight. Once we get that stream started, I'll drop the password in, and we will enjoy some Toge driving. So we'll see you there. As always, thank you for watching. Hit like if you haven't already, and we'll see you guys next week with either an edit or this time next Friday for another live stream. I'll see you later. Peace.